Hello, everyone.
Hi. Thanks for joining us. We are, 3 minutes late. Super sorry. Hi. Wow, there's a lot of people in here chatting. So we're just gonna kind of hang out for a minute.
Yes.
Kaylee's gonna answer YouTube, which is over here to me, and this way is Instagram. Hi, Instagram. So I'll be keeping track of that one, which is why I brought these. Because I can't see stuff unless I have my glasses on when it's far away. So, hi everybody, happy Monday. That took me a second. We, as you know, released Lily Evans and the Magic Hour, also known fondly around here as the Jilly Wedding on Halloween. So hopefully by now you've all seen it, unless you've seen it 100 or so times. You probably don't have it all memorized, and you definitely don't know all of the secrets behind the scenes. So we kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what we did while we were making it, answer some of your questions, and just sort of bid a fond farewell to the whole thing, as well as make a little announcement. So
Yes.
welcome to all the fun.
Thank you for everyone who's watched on YouTube. It has over 6,000 views now, which is pretty good for us. So that's very exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's
I know
really
that's
good.
some of you just hitting it on repeat, so we appreciate
it.
it. Hi, how are you guys? There's just a lot of highs and hellos over here.
Yes, same here. Okay, we have a question from Nick Harris. What made you want to make a mini Harry Potter series? Well, we're huge fans of Harry Potter, so that was a big motivator for us. But the main thing was that we realized there were no fan films out there or any Harry Potter content that featured a female as the lead. So kind of had this idea to do a Lily Evans vlog, and it went from there. We didn't think that we were going to do this much, but we have loved it. It's been so fun.
Yeah, it was just too fun to give it up until we felt like we had told the story we wanted to tell. So the idea came from just like a large brainstorm one night where I was just shouting things that I like.
Yeah.
And we were just writing it all down on a huge poster board. And one of the things I shouted was the unseen, like, lost Lily Evans vlog footage.
Yeah.
Yes, my glasses are connected around my neck. Sarah, have you not been following me on Instagram, you would not have seen the coolest things ever.
She's a nerd.
Thank you very much. They're handy, okay? Also, they are a cause for conversation, and people give me attention when I wear them, so clearly. Menley says she petitions to write more Harry Potter Marauders series. Mm-hmm. So we'd love to just make it forever, but we felt like we had reached a good stopping point in getting Lily and James to their nuptial event.
Yes.
So we are finished, just for the record. Everybody has been very appreciative, and there are always comments about making more, but we had some fun kind of last fall when we surprise announced the new one, and we had kind of made it without anybody knowing. Yeah. And then prepping and making the wedding and everything was also kind of a different way of approaching it, but we are finished. So sorry to tell you.
But we've loved it. And we will be making more things in the future, so.
What do you got over there? All kinds of stuff
I know.
Coming in.
So what was the hardest thing about making Magic Hour?
Yeah. The hardest thing about making Magic Hour was trying to get the light. Technical film stuff. We just really wanted to get it at Magic Hour, which lasts for a very short period of time. And then it was very dark, and we had to just make sure that we got everything that we could in the limited time that we had to make the wedding.
Yeah, time constraints were definitely the most difficult thing.
And we always operate with a really small, enthusiastic but inexperienced crew. And so there were definitely some things that we had to, on the whole project, kind of learn as we went and, parse out as we were kind of in the moment, which always takes up time and makes things kind of tense, and it's a very intense process when you're doing indie film / series making.
Yeah, it is. Let's see here. I saw something. Oh, is the Marauders era your favorite, or is it another era? I think at this point, yes, it's now my favorite. I don't know what I would have said before. Probably this era still, but it's definitely my favorite now.
It's fun because you can be a little more imaginative.
Yeah.
With the books and the Harry and the Golden Trio and all those people, you have the whole story right in front of you, and you have all their characteristics, you have their interactions. There's not really a lot left that isn't being given to you, which is awesome. And I think the books are essentially flawless. But if you're in the business of wanting to come up with your own thing, the Marauders era is so fun because you have these little snippets here and there and just kind of like glimpses into the past that you get to fill in. So I don't know. I guess it's probably my favorite too now, just because I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, it's I think it's so fun because we have a little bit, and like so many people write stuff about it on Tumblr, and there's like fan art, and it's a fun community on there. And I don't know, everyone's favorite part about the Harry Potter world stuff, I think, is always like being at Hogwarts. So it's fun that we're able to like go back there just with like some characters that we kind of know, but we have room to like explore with them and know a little better. So that was fun.
Zanya, sorry, asked, what do you love most about creating these series? You answer that first.
I think, I don't know, my favorite thing has just been, I've always loved Harry Potter so much, so I think my favorite thing has just been able to like be in that world so much, like with these characters and being able to create it, and with locations and I don't know, filming and all the stuff. I don't know. It's just been fun to be in it and like feel like I'm actually a part of the world.
Yeah, I'll speak for Kaylee and tell you that she has cried multiple times, like behind the camera as we're doing scenes, just kind of like, oh my gosh, we're in the Gryffindor common room and Lily and James are kissing. That's weird to say. But she cried.
It's so cute. I will never get over that 11th hour kiss.
So every time we get a comment that's like, I cried, I'm like, yeah, we also have cried. I've certainly cried in the creation of it and in the pressure of making it. And then anytime I read like a Lily and James thing now, I like can't handle it.
Yeah.
If I ever need to like get into a scene and be sad, that's what I go to now. I like go read something about Lily and James. So that wasn't the question though. What was the question?
What's your favorite part about creating the series?
Oh yeah. My favorite part has for sure been the cast and the people that we've worked with, crew members who were also involved just to the same level that we were as the cast, because they're Harry Potter fans, because we all wanted to make something cool in this space. Like meeting Camry, who plays Alice, was so cool. She just auditioned as a fan and wanted to be included because she was like, you can't make Harry Potter without me. And now we're great friends and I love her so much. And everybody else, I mean, I single her out just because we had kind of the best friend relationship in the show that kind of evolved into that in real life. And everyone has been amazing. And it's just been really cool, especially from my perspective, coming up with the idea and writing it, to see people who jumped in and they were so excited to be like also included and they liked what I had written. It's very flattering. So that was my favorite part, was just finding, let's say, kindred spirits, because I just finished reading Anne of Green Gables again.
It was cool to like see the cast bond. Because they were already bonded in the script, but then they also bonded outside of it. Like all those Marauders boys, they were all friends, just like the best of friends on set. It was so cute.
Yeah, in a lot of the same ways. You can imagine the hijinks.
Yeah.
I have one over here.
Okay.
I need some book suggestions. I don't know what to read. Okay. Well, this year I have been rereading classic literature that's written by women, that's like for women, because that's what we've adapted in the past with Jane Austen. We did the Northanger Abbey adaptation called the Kate Morland Chronicles. If you haven't seen it, it's really cute. Written by our friend Ellen and starring our most favorite Madeline. She's so cute in it. And then we did The Babysitter's Club, which is also written by a woman, Anne Martin. And then obviously Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, is a woman. Surprise. So because we've been in that vein for so long, it's something that I think we want to try to kind of stick to. If we're not doing original stuff, we'd like to do things that were written by women for women, because that's also our motto. So this year, I read The Secret Garden, A Little Princess. I'm looking at the books. They're just past the camera over here. Little Women, Anne of Green Gables, like I just mentioned. And we're going to read the Betsy Tacy series in December, which is like my also favorite book series. Please, please, please let me make that movie. So I highly recommend revisiting some of those. There are tons of things that are by female authors from, days gone by. And they're very just like cute and precious. And they're old, so they all have kind of like a moral tale and stuff. So I don't know. It's been fun to reread and be like, "Ooh, I would have done that differently," which is what we do here. Okay,
okay, I have a good question from Nevada Reads. Has the direction of the story changed from where you intended it to go, or was this always going to be the destination? How did the ideas change from film to film?
Well, when we started, I personally knew that I didn't want to go up to the death of James and Lily. I think we've seen that. We've seen it in the films. We've seen it portrayed in Cursed Child, if you've seen or read that. I don't feel like that's a spoiler because we know they're dead. And I didn't think that was my story to tell, and I didn't also really want to portray that. So I think we knew we wanted to stop just shy of that. There was kind of some talk of like, okay, who do we know that has a baby in case we need a baby Harry at some point in the future. But ultimately we just decided that the Harry Potter story starts with baby Harry, and it's been told, it's been done and done well. So in getting to the point right before the baby, I think that was always the goal. I don't know that things really evolved that much. I mean, obviously when you're writing drafts and whatever, things change because you realize, this isn't going to work or whatever. Yeah. But
I think the most fun thing was just adding more characters with each thing. That was the fun, and I know you had fun with that, with adding Sirius and making sure all the Marauders were in Stroke of Midnight and Marlene McKinnon. But I think that was pretty planned out still. Even if you were if we make more, we're doing all the Marauders.
Yes, that was always in the works. Yeah. These are coming in faster than I can see them. Hold on, everybody. You guys are so fun. I'm going to try to make these answers shorter, too.
Oh, yeah.
If you did another Harry Potter series, what would it be? Golden Trio, Founders, etc. I really, really want to do Harry Potter in the 80s because that's my thing.
Yeah.
We want to do the Charlie Weasley story.
With Tonks. Actually, okay, they are actually doing that story in that Hogwarts mystery game, which I had been playing a while back, but they have all those people in there and it's kind of fun.
That would be my
but
idea.
Yeah.
I want to see some mullets. I want earrings. We've been watching a lot of 80s stuff lately. And I always end up somehow in that era. I end up in that realm no matter what I do.
Yeah.
So definitely that. Oh, okay. Hold on. Betsy Tacy was your childhood?
I've never heard of these books before her.
Everyone on this live stream is doing a book club with us, and we're reading Betsy Tacy in December, and it's going to be the best, and you're all going to fall in love with it. And then we're all going to write a petition to let me make the movie. Okay?
Sounds fun.
Oh, this person, Hulseroot. Gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I can't fully parse your screen names. just had really nice things to say, that she loved the series. She wanted to thank us for making them. You're welcome. And wondered what was the most emotional moment that was filmed. Do you have an answer to that? I don't know that I can think of anything that.
So I really, really still love the Alice and Lily scene in 11th Hour.
Yeah.
That one's really good. And I think 11th Hour was probably the most emotional one to film because we filmed it with like hardly any cuts. So you really get into it and it's just like it just continues on. So you're just like there with the acting and like and that's all that's happening. So I think that's like for at least for me, like that was definitely the most emotional one. And like you just are there and you really feel it. It was so good.
Yeah, I think I liked, emotional, sad, emotional, happy. There's like, the full range. But the one that I think I was the most tapped into emotion was the duel at the very end of Stroke of Midnight. When they're at the train station, partially because of the conditions that we were working in. It was like 2 a.m. and I was so tired. and we just had to go for it and really like be in this space of being upset with each other, and we weren't. So we really had to just like go there and kind of go as hard as we could to get to the point where we would be fighting each other. So that I think was really emotional for me in terms of like what's in the script. I think other stuff was emotional because I was tired, or like, oh, it's so and so's last scene.
Yeah. The other emotional scene was the Gryffindor common room one where everyone's together, and that one was just really cool because it's like, oh, they're all here at the Gryffindor common room. How cute. So yeah, that was good too.
Sarah wants to know if we wish we could have broken that vial.
Oh dear.
I'm sure Camry does. I'm 100% sure that Camry wishes she could have broken
Camry
that.
wanted to break the vial in the train station in Stroke of Midnight, and we said no. But I mean, that could have been really funny.
All right, go over here.
Okay, let's see here. Everyone's just kind of talking with each other. That's great.
Yeah. Make friends.
From Aubrey, hi Aubrey. Does Nancy Drew count for your theme even though it was written by multiple authors, male and female?
I think yes. The spirit of Nancy Drew is always going to lie with, her name escapes me right now. Oh my gosh. Carol?
I don't remember.
Is it Carol? I'm not a huge mystery person, so I don't really read Nancy Drew, but I love the concept. I think Nancy is a cool human.
Yeah, I read a few of those and they were pretty fun. And some of them gave me nightmares because it was just so good. So, what other mini movies are you doing?
Ooh.
Do you guys like The Next Generation? Let's see. Oh, and thanks from Chelsea. She said, Chelsea, who is our producer on the series, I hope everyone is voting tomorrow. Yes, I hope that too.
I feel like this is a good time.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to your questions, but really quick, we just wanted to tell you that in addition to finally releasing the wedding to the public, we also have some kind of bonus stuff, some perks that are available for you guys. The perks that we have, a behind the scenes video, so you can see just a little bit more of how we created the wedding and what kind of went on behind the scenes there. We also have a signed cast photo from all of the people who are in the wedding, as well as
an official photo of James and Lily, and a copy of the vows.
So if you're interested in getting any of that stuff, and maybe the perk is for you, or maybe you just want to help support us, then we have that available. It'll be on our website and we can link to it.
It's linked in this video already, but it's also, if you go to applejuicepro.com/wedding, then it'll be there. And it's also in a tab on our website.
But
you can find it.
If you are a U.S. citizen and you are over the age of 18 and you have voted tomorrow, if you show us that you voted, if you prove to us by sending us a picture of yourself with whatever, just prove it. then
Send us. Yeah.
you can get the wedding package at a discounted price because we really want to encourage people to be civilly minded because
Yes.
beyond just loving Harry Potter and making cute romantic things and female friendship stories, we really want to emphasize the fact that we are here as female filmmakers and we're trying to further the mission of women, and we're very staunch feminists. So please exercise your rights and be smart.
So
be cool.
If you want that option, just DM us a photo on Instagram and we will send you the link for your discount.
And also vote Carolyn Keene. Thanks, Aubrey.
Oh, yeah.
I was like so close.
Okay. What is your favorite book
In the world?
My favorite book is A Little Princess. But
Right.
also I love the Harry Potter series in general. So.
I think like today my favorite book is The Picture of Dorian Gray. That's my favorite book most days. I love Oscar Wilde so much, and I love how dark that is and the exploration of human nature. It's just genius, and he's such a good writer. And
Instagram.
There's a couple. This is really flattering angle for the YouTube people. You're all so welcome.
On Instagram as well for
If you could meet anyone from the Marauders era, who would you want to meet?
I don't know.
I feel like I already have.
I know. I'm like, I don't know. I know them all.
I am deeply in love with James Potter. Like, it's bad. Like, it's beyond. He's the cat's me
I
out.
would have loved to have met Lily and James, but that'd be so fun. They're just such great people.
Yeah. There's so many good options. They're such good characters. Okay, so Menley says, I personally despise Snape, so I'm super glad you didn't put him in. Anyway, did you consider adding any drama with him in the series? No.
Amanda also hates Snape.
I
don't
really,
like him a ton
really
either.
dislike his character. I don't like the revisionist history of his whole arc. And again, I feel like that's something that's been told, and we've seen it a lot in a lot of places now. He definitely has his place in the Sun, and I think this was supposed to be a story that was separate from him and away from him, which is, I think, in my opinion, how they would have lived their lives separately from him. And obviously he becomes a part of an entity that is a problem for the Marauders and for Lily and Alice and Marlene and whoever else. But I don't think in many ways they were specifically thinking of him in the way that he was specifically thinking of her.
Yeah, I think we did a good job of staying true to like her previous friendship with him by like having him mentioned in there a little bit, but not ever meeting him. Because by the age that they were in our films, they weren't friends anymore. So yeah. Lily Evans asks, which mini movie did you like the best?
Of our series?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. I think my favorite is Stroke of Midnight. Although, as we've been talking now, I'm like, maybe it's 11th Hour because I just keep going back to that.
I really liked Stroke of Midnight. Because we had more people and we got all 4 Marauders and we got to kind of play with those dynamics. And it was so fun having all those people. It was just like,
Stroke of Midnight's really fun. There's so much in it, and I'm just like, this is so cool. It's a good one.
I feel like we definitely have missed some over here. If we missed you, just say it again.
Yeah. When did you first read Harry Potter? I read it when I was in 3rd grade.
I was 10 when Harry Potter got cool.
Yeah,
I think the first 3 books were out before it really blew up in the way that everybody was reading it, and my elementary school had a Harry Potter party and
same. It was really fun.
So I was in 5th grade.
Let's see here. Do you think
I have
Cursed
one.
Child is canon?
I don't really.
I don't think so either, although I feel better about it now because I actually saw it live. And
It's a very cool
It's
show.
really
I think
good.
if you have the opportunity to go in real life and watch it unfold, you should, but I don't think the story is very strong. So I think reading it would probably be less.
I
of
would
an
recommend not
experience.
reading it because I did read it first and it was not great.
Okay, over here. Who controls the apple juice production pages? Oh boy, who doesn't? I wish I could answer that question with a definitive thing, but it's been a lot of people over the course of our short life as Apple Juice Productions. You never know who you're talking to, so I don't know. Don't say mean things about one person because you never know if it's them. Mischief Managed asked if you could do any new creation of the Harry Potter series, what would you create? Example, Dumbledore's past life, story of Deathly Hallows, rising of Voldemort. I don't know. That's a deep, thought-provoking question.
I don't know.
What are some of the things that we've always wondered about? Here's the thing. I don't really wonder a lot. Like with Fantastic Beasts, I'm like, I didn't need to know that. Like I never have wondered that. I literally don't care.
Someone mentioned the Founders earlier, and I thought that sounded kind of cool.
Yeah, that could be fun.
That could be pretty fun, yeah.
That's such like an interesting era,
right?
To explore.
Yeah.
It's like English history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's way back, so I think that would be kind of cool because it's just way different. We still get the magic.
All right, you go.
How did you come up with the name of your company?
Once upon a time. Just kidding. I keep starting stories like that. I like apple juice. I previously have had a blog called Apple Juice. I had an email newsletter called Apple Juice. It's just kind of like been my brand for a long time. So when we started the Kate Moreland Chronicles, I sort of offered it as like, hey, what if we, under the umbrella of Apple Juice Productions, release this show so that if we want to in the future continue making stuff, we kind of have branded ourselves. I just really genuinely love apple juice. Like every time I drink apple juice, I have like this moment where I'm like, this really is my favorite drink.
We have apple juice right now.
So that's
yeah. Oh, dang.
It's nothing more complicated than the fact that I love apple juice.
Correct. I think you have one up here.
Let's see. Any plans for any more web series based off of classic literature? Yep. Exactly that. I don't want to like say too much, of course, because these kinds of things take a really long time, and so it's hard to like build the hype if it's not going to happen for a while. But yes, that is in the works, and it is one of the books that I already mentioned.
So hopefully you're paying attention. Let's see here. Tatiana says, "I love you guys."
I love you. That's so nice.
Okay, Lily Evans asked, "What house are you?" I'm a Ravenclaw.
I'm a Gryffindor.
Cool. And have you guys read Pretty Little Liars?
Have you read the books?
Yeah, I have. I read the books. So Pretty Little Liars is actually one of my favorite shows. I was obsessed. I know it's cheesy, but I love it. And yeah, I read the books first. They're insane. They're really weird. Like the show's a lot better, and they do a way better job with the characters. So the answer to that is yes. Also, Aubrey asked, the strange but rewarding history of the Puffs.
Oh my gosh, Puffs. Puffs! Okay, hands up if you've seen Puffs. I don't know how you can indicate that your hand is up, but you guys, anyone who loves Harry Potter needs to see Puffs. And you can totally watch it on the internet. You don't even have to go to New York, but it's better in person always. Mm-hmm. So if you have the opportunity, if you find yourself in New York City, go see Puffs. Did you know that Jane Austen is one of J.K. Rowling's favorite authors? I did not know that, but that does not surprise me because they are both very good at their jobs.
Mm-hmm. It's cool. Let's see here. I saw someone else ask about an Alice and Frank spinoff. Would you do Lily and James's death, the birth of Harry? Love you guys. Thanks.
Oh, an Alice and Frank spinoff.
That would be cute.
That's one of the few things that I didn't get to do that I would have liked to do, was explore their relationship a little bit more and show them, but they're cute. Yeah, sometimes you you can't do everything that you want to do, guys. It's so sad.
It's too bad.
Mischief Managed also asked, who's excited for the winter holiday, aka Christmas?
I am.
Not me. What else is going on over here?
Let's see. Have you guys read any of the Rick Riordan books? Love you guys.
Yes, I've read the first two books in the Percy Jackson series. They are very young, in my opinion. They're for like a second grade audience. But I was so charmed by the way that they incorporated Greek mythology and just how they worked the characters in. When I read it, I was volunteering in a 3rd grade class, and all the girls were like deeply obsessed with Percy as a
That's so
human.
cute.
And I was like, oh yeah, Perseus is hot. And they were all like, what? Like, oh, not we. Okay, I better read this book. So I loved it. I thought it was so cute and clever. And I have seen the movie, but I don't really remember it. I know that it was like cute and like well executed for what it is, but I think those books are a great entry point into one
Yeah.
of my favorite things, Greek mythology. And if people read them or watch the movie or whatever, and then they want to know more about how those people came up with those stories and the original, oh man, that stuff is endlessly wonderful. So
Her co-writer Katie also loves that series.
yes, she's
Went to New York specifically to see the Broadway.
she's a huge fan. And Chelsea, the main producer from the Lily series, is like obsessed with Greek mythology too.
Mhm.
So it's something Greek mythology is something we've talked about and wanted to visit, but it's just kind of like broad and daunting and terrifying. So maybe someday. Do you
Like the next generation. Excuse me.
like as in
I think
the kids?
the kids in Cursed Child, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So-
I got nothing against them. I definitely haven't really thought about them very much.
Nothing against. Let's see. I think I have a couple.
Have you ever watched any other Marauders fan fiction or fan films? Yeah, we've watched the Severus Snape and the Marauders, and
There's a Mischief Managed film, and then there's also
that's the really beautiful one.
yeah,
huh?
they filmed it at Oxford, and then there's also the Mischief Managers made one. Yeah, there's a lot out there actually.
Good stuff.
Mhm.
Like fun, different interpretations. It's really cool to see how everybody
Yeah,
like what they honed in on and what they wanted to focus on. Because I think everybody's main interest was different. I don't think anyone was like, we're gonna all tell this story. So that is another part of the reason that the Marauders are just so fun.
let's see here. What is your favorite line from your series?
I know what my mom's is.
Maybe you should share that.
She loves the part when James/John says, I know how to plan a surprise. She says it all the time. She loves it.
So funny. My favorite line is always going to be huge heart will save us all. I apparently really do love 11th Hour the most.
I don't know that I have a favorite line, and I feel like that's maybe because I wrote them all, even if I didn't say them all.
She like can't choose one because they're
Yeah.
all her children.
I'll tell you my biggest victory though was working in a Star Wars reference to the
Oh, yeah, that's
Harry
cool.
Potter universe. I was like very proud of myself for that. So
Let's see. Aubrey said you should check out the Blair Goddess Project just for laughs. Not high production quality, but very funny. I'll consider
write
that.
it down.
I will.
Always taking Rex, guys.
Do you guys think that Peter Pettigrew didn't want to betray Lily and James?
No, I think he did want to. I don't think he set out for that to be his goal, but I think that ultimately when he made the choice to do what he did, that was the choice that he made.
Yeah.
That he said, I want the following, and it comes with these consequences, and knowing that, he went forward anyway.
I mean, and he doesn't like ever go back or like repent. No, that's the right word. Like he
Sorry.
he like later in the Harry Potter series, he totally like betrays Harry again and does a lot of stuff against him. So I think if he
slime-ball.
really didn't want to, he wouldn't have continued doing that. But
Oh, so are you going to do a Percy Jackson series? No.
someone just asked about it.
We don't own Percy Jackson, and we've already done that, so that's not a road we're going to go down again.
Are you ready for Crimes of Grindelwald?
We're not huge Fantastic Beasts stans in this home, but I say that with the caveat that I am a huge Fantastic Beasts stan.
The beasts are really
If the
cute.
movie was just like a planet Earth version of magical creatures and we just saw them in their habitats, whoa, I would be like, well,
Yeah.
I'd have all the merch, I'll tell you that much. I didn't really love the first one, and I'm definitely not jazzed on a lot of the stuff that I've seen and know about the upcoming.
Yeah, like the trailer is intriguing. Obviously I'm interested, but yeah, there's a lot of things that are like, I don't know. So we'll probably see it at some
Just
point. but-
shoot us a DM and we'll tell you all of
Yeah.
our problems with it.
Like, also, I think 5 Fantastic Beasts movies is kind of insane.
Yeah.
So, have you seen a Harry Potter musical?
You have.
Isn't it so funny? It is so funny, actually. I saw it. My brother, who actually worked on the Lily Evans series with us, he played Snape in it at his school, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'd never watched it on YouTube before, and I think it was good to see it live. It was good.
I have not seen it. And Zania actually asked if we know of any fan fiction because she likes to read it. And generally, I like really short little drabbles.
Yeah.
Those things that are like a bulleted list of how these people would react to
Yeah.
a certain situation. But because I've been writing for so long in the world of Harry Potter, I've tried really hard to avoid what other people's interpretation have been in fan fiction, especially because I don't want to be influenced and I don't want to feel like I'm ripping stuff off. So I really don't read fanfic. I haven't seen Harry Potter musical. We saw Puffs because it's like about something completely different than what we were doing. But I think for me, it's just important to like keep things separate. So
Sarah O'Connor asked, do you have any advice for an aspiring writer and director?
Sarah, she commented before.
Oh,
I recognize your
okay.
name. My advice for people who want to get started on stuff like what we do is, first of all, work with us. Yeah, because we like always need people. But secondly, I think the scary part is telling yourself that you can do it and that you should. So just kind of start. Know that your first pancake is going to be terrible. Little known fact, I made a web series. I wrote, directed, and acted in a web series that is hidden on the internet.
You can see it, pieces of it in our channel trailer.
But it's not up to the par that I would have wanted it to be. It's like kind of low quality in a lot of ways. But it was something that I just like, I needed to do it because I needed to practice. Neither of us went to film school, and I studied writing, but I didn't study screenwriting. So it was something that was kind of new for me, and I just had to like do it. And that's definitely my advice, is just like, if you really want to do it, just force yourself to sit down and start writing. And then just see, I don't know, see how it evolves. If you end up with a script that you're like, this has to be out there, this has to be in the world, I think there's a decent amount of people who would be willing to get on board with you.
Yeah, that was going to be my advice too. Just do it. Just make stuff. I think that's the best way to learn. If you want to make something, you just got to go for it. And yeah, it's not going to be good when you start out. I look at a lot of my old videos, and I'm like, but there's always room for improvement. And I think there's also a lot of good resources out there, even on like YouTube and stuff, to just for like tips and I don't know, for different ways to learn things. But yeah, doing it is definitely the way to learn the best, for sure. Let's see.
Any new series coming out from you guys?
Interesting, because we also got a question on here. Are you planning to do an original series?
Guys, yes, we are. We are planning an original and something that is based on classic literature for the coming however long it takes for us to get them made. We have loved doing the Harry Potter thing, and I think a lot of the people that are here right now are here because they love Harry Potter, but we want to make sure that that isn't our only offering, especially because it's not ours.
Yeah.
So the goal is definitely to continue making stuff in the same vein, similar to what we've already done with Babysitters Club and with the Kate Moreland Chronicles on top of the Lily series. And we do have some really fun stuff coming up in the future that I'm really into. I'm like very excited.
I'm excited about it too. It's really good.
Which I know it's always like vague. I don't know if people know this, but the reason you keep it vague is because it honestly could fall apart and then you look like a dummy because you promised everyone something that doesn't exist. So
honestly, one of the things I think is in a similar realm as like some of our Harry Potter stuff that we've done too. So it's not like the same world or anything, but I think you will like it.
I know you will.
It's gonna be good. Okay, let's see. Who inspired you to start or do this?
This being
I
the insanity of
maybe Apple Juice Productions or the series.
making your own. I mean, I could just talk about this for years and years, so I'll try to make it short, but I love movies and television, and I've always been adjacent to it, it being the creation of and the industry of creating narrative storytelling, visual storytelling. I just forever wanted to be an actress, and then it was one of those things that I was like, well, that's impractical. So since I can't be a performer based on no evidence at all, just the fact that I was like too scared, I guess I'll just do this other thing. So I studied journalism and I wrote about entertainment for years. And I actually lived in Los Angeles and did a lot of really cool coverage of the TV shows, particularly that were hot at the moment. So I covered things like Community and Pretty Little Liars, and I got to write about like Breaking Bad and just all this cool stuff that was coming out that was all TV, and really fell in love with that format. And kind of at the same time started watching the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which was already old. I was already behind at the time, and I was really impressed with the way that they had taken this concept of like, we want to make TV, and made it very accessible and easy. And I think that's where most people came from. Anyone who's like made an LAW out there, hello. It was like, look, we can do that. That's easy, which I think is super cool. And obviously it became saturated and there are better ones than others, but it sort of opened the door to, hey, like, maybe I don't have to write about this stuff. Maybe I can actually go back to the thing I wanted to do originally, which was be in a TV show. And at that point, I'd been writing for so long that I was like, I can write a TV show. I've seen every TV show. I get how it works. So the kind of whole beginning of it was just that I think we were confident enough, maybe cocky enough, that we were like, we understand like the medium really well. So Ellen, who wrote the Kate Moreland Chronicles, is also a big time TV person. And she was like, I've seen a million shows, you know, like I can 100% write a show. And then Chelsea, who came on as a producer and our marketing publicist person, also watches a ton of TV. So we were like, well, we get this. And then we just sort of went from there. And my sister went to film school, so I had some of the knowledge that I had gleaned from her, and I had been on set in a very different capacity, but I knew how it worked. I knew what was important and how it had to operate in order to be successful. And so I think just like coming from this whole like lifetime of being kind of wanting to be a performer and definitely being interested in the industry and like creating art in the sense that I wanted to make like a more commercial type of accessible art. TV is, you know, now it's prestige, but that was sort of, this is like in the last 10 or 15 years that it's gone really like amazing. So that's a very long-winded answer, but basically I freaking love TV. I just want to write and star in my own TV show like Mindy Kaling. She's like my hero. And I think also seeing all those people like the Lizzie Bennet Diaries and everybody who came after it with Pemberley and the other subsequent like high quality stuff with Candle Wasters. And we love the Green Gables Fables gang because they live here in Utah and we like know them as people. And they're lovely. All those people were inspired by the same type of desire and drive. And I think that's a cool thing to have the opportunity to do.
Yeah.
So I think just the love of it that came from just consuming and consuming turned into this thing where I was like, well, I can no longer just consume. I now have to I have to give back. There we go. That was a long answer.
That was a good answer.
Not even sorry.
Okay. We should probably end soon, but Aubrey.
I'm gonna do this all night.
Aubrey asked, have you seen Yulene Kwa? I don't know how to say her last name. Yulene's work. Yes. We love Yulene. She's really good. And I don't know what else to say.
Say what it is.
I don't know what it is. We always watch her stuff like
literally
over and over again.
She made I Ship It, the movie, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
TV show, which is on CW Seed. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you've been doing,
It's so good.
because I literally talk about it on Instagram like once a week. She also made this little series called Kissing in the Rain that is
It's so good.
it's the most
It's a shipwreck comedy.
swoony, adorable thing.
She's really good at showing love.
We are obsessed with the woman. She is top 3
Yeah,
creators for
her
us.
work is really good and high quality, and
it's
she's very
very
inspiring.
It's very creative and it's very her.
Mhm.
She has a brand. She knows what she's good at. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And to see someone who's just being what they are.
Yeah,
Which is, I think, something that we strive to do as well, with our content, and kind of stay in the same vein in certain ways. So she's hugely inspirational. Go watch all her stuff.
what do you guys do outside of Apple Juice Productions?
Nothing. Just kidding. That's depressing.
Well, it wouldn't be if we this was our real job. But
Yeah. I work at a university in their School of the Arts, promoting their students and the cool work that they're doing. And I try really hard not to be biased towards the theater kids.
She writes there. She writes for them. And I work for a company doing filming and editing. So that's fun.
We kind of do our jobs
Yeah.
at our jobs, but they
Which
pay
is
us
nice.
money, and then we spend the money on Apple Juice Productions.
Correct. So you should all be grateful for those jobs.
What else? What do we got up here? Oh, you read that one.
Sonia said she would be happy to listen to it all night.
Another question about the name of the company. Oh no, I don't want that. I pushed a button. Oh my gosh, I feel like Ellen Grant. I already answered the name question, so just scoot on back to the beginning when you're done. Wow, this is getting kind of long.
Yeah. I love this.
This is my favorite activity I've ever done. Every night we'll just gather. We're gonna do a book club.
That sounds fun. Who's in for doing a book club? Comment.
Send us a DM if you want to do a book club
We'll totally do it.
on Instagram. If that wasn't clear.
Are you guys ever going to do a mashup between the Marauders and Marvel characters? I think probably not.
That is very
But that's
creative.
great.
Please send us your ideas.
Also, I forgot. Someone had said, I am working on a fan film about the Marauders. I hope when it comes out, you guys will watch it.
Yes.
Yeah, send it to us.
Send it to us
definitely.
for
We'd
sure.
love to see it. Tatiana. hello.
Always send us your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We love hearing from you guys.
We will watch most of it. No promises.
Um,
Sometimes this stuff gets long. The Kate Moreland Chronicles is 4 hours long. If you
I've
guys have
never-
seen the whole thing, bless you.
You're awesome. Alec Kerr asked, was it hard bringing a certain elegance about Lily to life?
As I'm being completely inelegant. Yeah, I think keeping in mind that she was from a different time, but at the same time it was a transitional era where things were getting more close to what we know as being female, if that makes sense. She's kind of described as being this ethereal fairy half the time. That she's just so she's just this bubble of joy and love and happiness, and that's a lot to live up to. I'm sure she wouldn't have appreciated that either, because that's just it's a lot of pressure. So yeah, I think in terms of elegance, that's a lovely word. A lot of it came from what you see, the hair and makeup, and we had such fun girls helping me look correct and pretty and era appropriate. and kind of getting in all those in the costume and being in the space helps a lot. I think anyone who's done acting in any capacity can attest. Like rehearsals are like, yeah, we're kind of getting there, and then you like really get into the moment and you're like, wow, this feels real. So yeah, but did that answer the question?
I think so. Yeah.
We'll
Just make sure we
was
don't
it hard? I don't think it was hard. I think it was just something that had to be conscious.
What is a DM? Just direct message on Instagram.
Or if you're Cody Co, deli meat.
Cody Co is really funny.
Cody Co shout out #1.
Oh, good question. From Granger Hermione's on Instagram. Favorite TV shows at the moment?
Riverdale.
That's real.
Guys,
So excited for that tomorrow.
may I tell you an anecdote since I
Let's
have
see.
you here captive? I saw the Riverdale pilot at San Diego Comic-Con when we shot the Kate Moreland Chronicles in 2000 and something, 16. The whole cast was there. They screened the pilot in like a small room, a random space, and they were like, this is going to be a big deal probably. And I kid you not, I was obsessed with that pilot. Everyone who knew me personally at that point was just very beleaguered with my nonstop, like, guys, it's only 6 months until the Riverdale pilot comes out on TV for all of you to watch. And
correct.
I loved the first season. I thought the second season was weak and bad, but this season has been so bananas and really fun, and I really love the characters, and I am deeply obsessed with Jughead and Betty and them as a couple, and just, gosh, I love that show.
Riverdale's really good.
So Riverdale for sure. I also just watched The Haunting of Hill House, which I can't even like fully recommend because it's super scary, but I can't stop thinking about it. Not just because it's scary, but because the writing is incredible, the characters are amazing, and it's gorgeous. The show itself is just incredibly beautiful. So those are my two like big ones. And
yeah.
Stranger Things, because tomorrow's Stranger Things Day, and so we've been talking about it nonstop. And I wrote a Billy Hargrove fic on my Tumblr for Halloween.
That's true. For me, yeah, Riverdale is up there as well. I dressed up as Veronica Lodge for Halloween. That was fun. And I'm currently watching Teen Wolf, and I'm rewatching Game of Thrones. Someone actually did ask they just asked it again. Game of Thrones? Yes to Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones. She is like a hardcore Lannister, whatever. I am like very Team Stark, so.
I mean, I love the Starks too. Arya Stark.
No, you don't.
I do. Arya, I want to be Arya Stark, but
She is Arya Stark.
I love her.
Interpret that as you will.
So, yeah.
Some more stuff over here. What's your favorite Quidditch position? Spectator. Thank you. I am not athletic.
Probably that. Yeah, I'm not athletic either. If I had to choose, I would probably be a keeper, because when I played soccer, I always enjoyed doing defense and not offense. Let's see here. How would you feel if Sirius raised Harry? Good.
I would feel nervous about that as his mother.
Feel better about that than the Dursleys. Molly Arthur spinoff.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so back to the Green Gables fables. If you guys have ever watched it, the girl who plays Anne, her name is Mandy. She's a beautiful redhead, and she married a beautiful redhead. And all I could think when I saw their wedding pictures was, they're the Weasleys. So go harass her about that.
Yes.
I think that they should do it.
Book Ginny or movie Ginny? Always book Ginny.
Yeah.
Movie Ginny kind of sucks, but the movies have a lot of faults. So
Targaryens? ? They're great. They're fine.
This has a question about Aaron Taylor Johnson as James and Karen Gillian as Lily.
I'm not
I
gonna
like
address
Miss
that.
Lily.
Good old Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
What's up here? I want to see Amanda announcing at a Quidditch match. Yeah, that
Oh.
would be who
That
knows
would
what's
be-
happening? Pretty sure they're flying this way. Now they're flying that way.
That would be fun
The
because-
ball went in. No, it didn't. Wait, where's the ball? Help, I'm lost.
That'd be
That
fun
would be
because
me.
all the announcers there are kind of like weird. Like Luna's like, oh.
Lee
So-
Jordan is very good
Lee
at it,
Jordan is
and he
so
understands the game.
He's really fun, and he's a big Gryffindor fan.
Can't promise that I would understand the game as well. I might have missed one up here. Oh, yep. Will your next project be an original story or fandom related? Our next project will most likely be an original story. We have 2 that we're working on, so it just kind of depends on which one gets the quote unquote green light first.
Okay, we're gonna go for about 5 more minutes since it's almost been an hour.
She's cutting me off.
Yes.
In the Harry Potter series, there are mentions of fractures in families, but in my opinion, it's not delved in the depths. Sorry, I can't really see this. In with depth is exploring family fractures, something you're interested in exploring in a series. I tend to err on the side of like nice and
Yeah.
really intense, like deeper, hard stuff is deeper and hard for me. So I think that that's a very real problem and something that could and should be addressed. But I'm always just like, but when is there going to be kissing? When are they going to like be friends? And yeah, I don't know. My attitude is kind of positive, happy,
Yeah.
bubblegum.
Well, and I think there's like something for everyone because some people do like delving into that, but I also like the happy side more just because that's I don't know. I feel better doing that than like going into the dark side. I don't know the dark side, but oh man.
That's from Star Wars.
Someone asked Drary or Hinny in the YouTube chat, and now everybody is responding. I would definitely say Hinny.
What would happen if Draco and Harry got together? How would Lily and James handle them? They'd be like, pretty sure Draco is like a mean, bad guy. Is this really the person you want to be with? Because he seems yucky, and maybe you should date a nice boy who's nice.
Well, maybe if they dated, Draco would have been a little nicer because Harry's so nice.
Who's to say?
Maybe he would have brought out the good in Draco.
I
I just hope they would handle it better than the way that Harry handles Albus's friendship with Scorpius and Cursed Child.
I just think all parents want their children to be with someone who makes them a better person and makes them feel valued. And I don't feel like Draco does that with Harry. So
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's see here.
Luna Lovegood style commentating.
Yes.
That would. So the other day when I was watching TV, they're like, "There's a game going."
That would totally be you. That'd be so
Yes,
funny.
Gossip Girl.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Brie.
Yeah, I do love Gossip Girl. I was just in New York and I watched the first episode there. It was fun.
Thoughts on Hufflepuff? P.S. I'm a Hufflepuff. Well, now I feel like I can't be honest. Just kidding. Hufflepuff is like, I don't know. I feel like what happened somewhere along the line is that each house got really like, you're only like this, and it was really like, what's the word I'm looking for? Narrow. It was a really like, the definition became like 2 or 3 words for each house, and I don't think that's like accurate of humankind. So I love all the people in all the houses, regardless, because I don't think it matters necessarily.
They bring something good to each of them. Brings something good to the table.
Yeah.
And once again, we do love Hufflepuff because we love the play Puffs, and it's so cute and good.
Third
really
or
fun.
nothing.
Yeah.
I got stuff happening up here. Happening, bub. Sorry, guys. Who is your favorite cast member? Myself. Can I say that?
Such a telling answer.
I don't think anyone in the cast would answer that differently, actually. I don't think anyone would say
Yeah, I'm not
anything
sure about
but their
that.
own name in that moment.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe. Well, I don't want to speak for anyone who's not present, but I feel like Darby would probably not say that.
I did think, I was like, she's really sweet. She probably would be like, oh, I don't know.
I can tell you that me, John, and Camry would 100% have said ourselves.
Yeah.
And probably Bryson.
I don't know. I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to say Amanda because
I'm sitting right
she's
next to her.
sitting right next to me.
The cast is so fun because I knew some of them from other projects and some of them I only knew from this, and being able to like do different scenes and projects with all of them and get to know them in different capacities was really like, it was such a joy. Like, people always say that, but it really was fun to get to know them and see how they work and how they get into the moment and how they act like technically. That was really fun for me. How do you feel about Draco Malfoy? I mean, I don't really think about him, honestly. I know that's like, he's like a popular slash fic and all that stuff. My little sister is obsessed. Goodbye, Instagram. I guess you can only do it for an hour.
I guess so. Sorry, Instagram.
She's like obsessed with him. Oh, yeah. But I don't know. He's the antagonist. I was like, I like Ron. Get out of here.
When I was a kid and when in the first two movies, I had a crush on Tom Felton. Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Instagram.
Okay. And let's see here.
I lost the questions. Sorry, Instagram. Apparently, we are at our limit of 1 hour over there. So if you had a question, you didn't get it answered, you have 5 minutes to get your question answered on Instagram.
That's for real. Okay. Aubrey asked favorite prop from Kate Moreland, Stony Brook, Lily.
Ooh, props. My favorite prop from the Lily Evans series was my wand, obviously. We got custom wands,
those wands are
for
really cool.
everybody. So mine has like little flower petals on it, and it's just, I love it. It's like the coolest thing ever to have your own wand, and they're wooden. They're not like the kind of heavy ones, the like resin that you can get at the parks and stuff. I love them. They're very fragile, as we learned the hard way, but I love my wand.
Yeah. I already had a wand that Alice used that I really love that wand as well. I didn't use the props, so I don't know if I can answer that question, but I also keep the head girl badge from Stroke of Midnight because I love that thing.
Favorite prop from the Kate Moreland Chronicles that you almost never see is this little gold llama that sat on the desk, and Madeline,
go get it.
The entire series would do llama jokes in relation to Emperor's New Groove and do like the voice and everything. It just like became our little llama mascot. Stony Brook, my favorite prop was the pizza that we ate.
That's what my thought for some was too.
I like when the props are also the crafty. That's a good time.
Do you guys have merch? Not yet.
Do you want merch? We have kind of put that out there, and
we don't know if people wanted
enthusiastically merch, received. We
would do it probably because we kind of want merch too.
We should have worn
our apple juice sweatshirts. Would have been cute.
We can't yet. I mean, we wore them in Disneyland. Yeah. Just making sure I'm getting all of these.
Let's see. I think it's just people joining.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay, let's see.
Like 1 million years old. Please get merch. I'd be down for some Apple Juice Pro Lily Evans merch. I don't think we can really sell the Lily Evans stuff, unfortunately, because of
besides the things
the
that
law
we're selling this time. Oh, my phone. We really do have to. Okay.
But we could just sell some general apple juice stuff. Yeah. Just to reiterate, in case you didn't hear it before, last final announcement, we are selling more Lily Evans stuff in the form of a wedding package that has a behind the scenes video so you can see how we made it and some more details about that process, and a signed cast photo, the official wedding photo of Lily and James, and then a copy of the vows that are kind of laid out, and they're pretty.
Go to applejuicepro.com/wedding, where there's also a tab on the website. And if you send us a photo on Instagram of proof that you voted, we will send you a link for $1 off of the package.
So it's
$5. You can get it for free.
Reward people for voting. Good job. They're all digital.
Yeah.
So we can send them to you right away, and you can have them in your possession.
Yeah.
What do we got over here?
Okay. You could be another Harry Potter. Oh, do you all hang out sometimes?
Yeah.
We just went to Camry's house for Halloween.
We do.
So
we keep in decent touch.
And yeah, it's fun. Let's see. Would you use the Lily Evans cast members for your other projects?
Who would you like to see again? Help us cast them. Let's do
like a tally. Of them, though, yes.
Yeah, it's very much dependent on what the role is and if they're right for the role and
and
that sort of
availability
thing.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, very much availability.
Yeah, if you could be another Harry Potter character, who would it be?
Hermione.
That's probably what my answer would be too.
I'm the most Hermione.
She's so fun.
I will fight people that think they're Hermione because I'm the most Hermione. Panic at the Disco? Yes, 100%.
We're just listening
yes.
to that last night.
Did you know that he did a cover of The Greatest Show from The Greatest Showman? Because I just discovered that last night, and it's bananas. Typical.
Zanya asked, what were your Halloween costumes?
Well,
so everybody should go follow Amanda on Instagram at Hi Amanda Taylor.
And you can see the 18 costumes that I did for Costober. I love costumes. That's my favorite part of Halloween. And I think part of that comes from being an actress, for sure, that I like to get into these other characters. So I dressed up as 18 of my favorite TV characters. Back to the what TV shows should I watch? Watch all the ones I dressed up as because they're all amazing. Packages will be available internationally because they're all digital. So we will send you the stuff to your email and you can have it. It's not going to be something that you're limited by or to or whatever the word is. Anything else over here we need to address?
I don't think so. There's one question here. I'm new to Apple Juice Productions. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch anything yet. What and where is the best place to start?
Wow.
So if you go to youtube.com/applejuiceproductions, you can actually watch this live video on there. That's where all our stuff is, and you can see all our series and behind the scenes videos.
And I think I would probably start with the Lily Evans series. Lily Evans and the 11th Hour is the first installment. They're all in playlists and very well organized. And then the Babysitters Club is really fun. If that's something that you're familiar with, I think it means even more, but I think it also stands alone. And I would probably work backwards and go to the Kate Moreland Chronicles last, merely because it is
it's really long. Yeah. So. Oh, we watched the Sabrina finale, said Sarah. Did we miss the announcement? The announcement is, okay, one last time. So.
We just said it.
I guess we did.
You did miss it.
But when people are watching the live video on there, you can go back.
Go to applejuicepro.com/wedding and you will find out what we have in store for you. Also, Sabrina, girls, we need to talk about this show. Maybe you should call us.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I think we're probably good.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching all of our Lily Evans series.
Yes.
We are saying goodbye to the Harry Potter universe and the wizarding world. It has been so much fun to be in that world and play those characters and bring them to you in a way that you've appreciated. It seriously means the world that even 5 people are interested. And it's been a lot more than that. And you guys have been enthusiastic and really lovely. So continue talking to us.
Watching.
We're on Instagram. We're on Instagram. Just come to Instagram. And we will. Oh, Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
We love you. We'll continue, keeping you updated on what we're doing next. And we'd love to have you along for the ride. So hopefully you're not just in it for Harry Potter, but you're in it for Apple Juice Productions, promoting female filmmakers and making stories that you guys identify with and relate to and think are fun and also maybe sad because I kind of love when I make you cry.
That's the longest sentence. The end of the Lily Evans series is just the beginning of Apple Juice Productions.
Wow. So, we have to end
around
now. That's the perfect way to end.
Thank you for watching and for sticking with us. We love you guys. Bye.
I can't do this in a graceful way though. My face. You're familiar with that though. Bye everyone.